Okay, let's start in the
Okay.
continuation of this chapter. Lesson 10, adolescence. Yes, start with it.
Reaching mental and intellectual and emotional maturity. During puberty, boys and girls
Puberty.
mental.
It's puberty. Hello? It's
Okay.
puberty with it.
During puberty, boys and girls mental, intellectual and emotional development take place. They become more independent, self-conscious and their way of thinking changes.
Okay, fine. Do you agree with it? You're also undergoing puberty. All of you. I told you after the age of 11, you get into puberty, isn't it? So during
Yes.
this time, both boys as well as girls, like you have got brothers, you have got friends, you can see that their way of thinking, their way of intelligence, sometimes they start all of a sudden they start crying, all of a sudden they start getting angered. You know what I'm trying to say is this is a development. All these factors they develop in the body and they try to become more independent. They don't want that anyone should tell them anything. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Self conscious. You are conscious about yourself, about your body, and the way you think. You keep on, think and rethink whether you will do this or we are always in a confused state, rather. I should say we are in a confused state during adolescence period. And the way of thinking, the way you were thinking till 10 years of your age, suddenly your way of thinking changes. Do you find this in yourself?
Yes.
Yes, okay, you agree. So all these things are happening with all of you. Okay, fine. Now let's see what are the secondary sexual characters which are setting in our body during puberty. Yes, let's start with that.
Secondary sexual characters.
Sakina, is are you continuing with it? Hello, who is it? Sakina, you finish this slide and then uh, the next slide will be taken up by someone else. Yes, please, Vita. Hello, hello, Sakina, continue.
Okay, ma'am. Secondary sexual characters are the changes which
Be a bit louder.
Okay, ma'am. Secondary sexual characters are the changes which take place during puberty.
Okay, the primary sexual character was that you are a girl and your brother is a boy. That is a primary sexual character. Fine? Let us say yes or no, beta. That is primary sexual character. And when we all undergo puberty or adolescent period, the other sexual characters, that is the secondary sexual character, sets in the body. Okay, so you can find the changes in your body happening right now. Okay, let's see what are those changes. We start with boys. Start better.
In boys, hairs begin to grow on the face and they develop beards and mustaches.
Okay,
Hair also grows in the chest, armpits, and pu-
pubic, pubic.
pubic region.
Fine.
Pubic region.
The next, the testes.
The,
Hello.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, read it better.
Okay. The testes starts to produce sperms.
Okay,
In
fine.
girls, that
Okay, okay, okay. We first finish the boys and then we start with the girls. Okay. Now, in boys, what happens? You can see suddenly, all of a sudden, the hairs start growing on the face. Yes, and they get the beards under the chin and mustaches also. Hair also grows in the chest, armpits, and what is pubic region? It is also called as groin. Okay, this is in between the legs. That is called as pubic region. And the testes, the sexually they are getting matured. The boys are getting mature sexually during puberty, and the testes they start producing sperms. Let's see the girls. What happens in the girls? Yes, better start.
In girls, their breast develops and hair grows in the armpits and pubic region. The ovary starts to produce eggs.
That's it. So in girls, we know that breast starts developing, and also we get the development of hair in the armpits and also pubic region. Is it clear? All these things have got a reason behind it. The nature has made our body like that. Everything, whatever has happened to our body, has got reason. Remember always. And likewise, how testes start producing sperms, even in females, ovary starts producing eggs. Understood both of the features in boys as well as girls? Yes, beta, 8th standard. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the secondary sexual characters. It was not earlier. Was this characters earlier when we were children? No, isn't it? But this is later stage. When the girl starts menstruating, all the secondary sexual characters develops. Okay. Now, how it is happening? What is allowing a body to change? What is the thing that is making the secondary sexual characters observed in the body? It has to be hormones. Let's see. Let's start with it. Start.
Ma'am, I Delisha.
Okay, delicious. Why? What happened to Sakina?
Ma'am, she told that someone continue.
Okay, fine. You start.
The ovary starts to produce eggs. These
That's over.
changes
Yeah, these changes. You have to start with these changes.
these changes are controlled by chemical substances called hormones produced by endo-
Endocrine. Endocrine
endocrine glands.
glands.
The
Okay. Now,
male
just I will be stopping you in between, bitter. Okay. I hope you don't mind because I
okay,
wish to
ma'am.
explain. Now sentence by sentence. Now it's going to be a bit difficult for you. So I think that if let's not finish everything, we'll go point by point, so you will understand it better way. But whatever changes are happening in our body, it is controlled by what? It is controlled by hormones. Hormones is put in our blood, and the blood, the blood is moving everywhere. You understand? So it reaches the ovary. Got my point? And then it becomes functional. These hormones are released by which gland? It is endocrine glands. We will talk in detail about endocrine glands later, but you should understand the hormones which is letting the changes in a body, developing the secondary sexual characters, is actually released by or liberated by endocrine glands. Okay, now we'll see one by one what are these hormones. Yes, Delisha, start.
The male hormone, which controls secondary sexual characters, is called
Testosterone. Say it again.
te- testo-
Testosterone.
testosterone.
Testosterone. Very good. Then
It is produced in the testes. The
that's it. That's it.
fem-
That's it. I told you one sentence by sentence we will be doing. Now let's take up the male factor. So the male hormone, which actually is generating the secondary sexual characters in boys, that name is testosterone. And where it is produced? In the testes. That's the hence the name testosterone. I hope you understand. So testes is producing this hormone, which is called as testosterone, and which is changing the sexual characters, or it's uh, setting the secondary sexual characters in the boy's body. Okay, fine. Now we come to the female hormone. Let's start.
the female hormone, which controls secondary sexual characters, is called estrogen. It is produced in the ovary.
Similarly, the female hormone, which is allowing the sexual characters to develop, In females is called as estrogen. And likewise, how testes is producing testosterone, obviously ovary will be producing estrogen. Any problem? Any
No,
problem with it?
ma'am.
All of you have understood?
Yes.
So in male, testosterone. Where it is produced? Testes. In female, estrogen. Where is it produced? Ovary. Any problem? So simple it becomes, isn't it, Vita? Okay, fine.
Yes.
Now, the last line. Read the last line.
The production of these hormones is controlled by another gland and
Called. Called.
pituitary gland.
Say with me, pituitary gland.
Pituitary gland.
Good. So, endocrine glands, fine. Now, these glands are producing the hormones. Now, again, the production of these hormones is again controlled by another gland, a pituitary gland, which is near the brain. Pituitary gland is also known as the master gland of the body. What it is known as? Pituitary gland, beta? It's like the size
Master
of
gland.
master gland of the body. It's controlling the whole body because, like, it is a principle of our body. It gives the orders to other glands and they work accordingly. So pituitary gland is actually the size of pea, PEA. It is the size of pea. It's such a small, but it's very, very important. And it's near the brain. Okay? I hope you have understood this, Sakina.
Yes, ma'am.
Acha, just a moment, I just want to tell you something that don't feel shy. I think you felt shy, so you did not want to continue. Is it so?
No, ma'am.
Then what happened?
Ma'am, I had a cough, so I had just.
Fine, fine. Then it's okay. Then it's okay. Now we will do one by one whatever we had started with mental maturity intellectual. What are these called as? So I made another slide to make it simpler for you. Yes, better start. So you are reaching all this maturity. Okay, all of you. You are a part of it. We are studying you, or we are studying ourselves, except me. Okay, it's all of you. That's what we are studying. Yes, better start.
Okay, ma'am. Mental maturity. It is the time in one's life when the brain has the greatest capacity of learning.
For learning. One
For
thing I want to
learning.
tell you, that's why we tell you not to waste your time. Use your brain in a right manner, in a right path, for the right use. Don't we say that, Beta? Don't waste your effort, don't waste your youth, because this is the prime time when you can gain the maximum, when your mental capacity is tremendous. Even you do not know how much capacity you have. You know that? Because you are highly activated. This phase is a very active phase. Okay, so more you learn, more you gain. We come to the intellectual maturity. What is intellectuality? Say better.
In- Intellectual maturity. The change in a person's way of thinking. The
Okay,
person feels more independent than before and also becomes self conscious.
understood? You will
Yes.
not be talking much, but you will be relating yourself. Why you did this? You should have done that. Thinking, rethinking, that process is like computer. Your brain will be processing your thoughts now and then. At times you are overthinking, which is not required. So the way of thinking completely changes in this puberty period. And you feel that yes, you can take your own decision. But sometimes it may go wrong as well. You know that, right? Sometimes it may go wrong as well. We are not saying that you are always wrong, but sometimes when you are, in spurt of loss of energy, you may tend to do wrong. So you should always consult your elders, parents, and work accordingly. You are self-conscious because see, your body is changing. You do not know what to do, but your body is changing. Some people adapt to the change, some people don't. So you are in a confused state. So whenever you feel some sort of, or you're in dilemma, You have to consult your parents. Is it clear? They're the best people.
Ma'am, voice
They will
is
help you.
not coming.
What happened? Hello? What happened, beta? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Then she said that my voice is not coming. Tathir, I think it was Tathir.
Yes. Ma'am, no, ma'am.
Can you hear me, beta? Tathir?
पहले धीरे धीरे करो.
What happened? I'm not able to get her. Can someone help me? Yes, Tathir,
Ma'am,
what
she's
is the
telling
problem?
that first the slow voice was coming.
And now? Now is it okay?
No, ma'am, it's okay only.
Okay, fine. Okay, later, if ever, whenever you get a chance, just help her out, if possible, better. I'm
Okay, ma'am.
appealing to all of you. Okay, so if at all she's not able to follow certain points, I would be happy if you could relate to her and make things easy for her. Fine. Okay. So you are becoming self-conscious, like it is, automatically it comes. No one is forcing on you, no one is putting on you, but automatically you become self-conscious. First of your body, because you do not know what is happening to your body. Yes or no, beta? Hello? Understood? And second, the way of your
Yes.
thinking. Second, the way of your thinking. No one is understanding you. Your parents say you are young, you cannot think like that. And your elders say, oh, you are growing old, you do not know how to behave. So you are sandwiched. You do not know what to do because whatever you do goes wrong. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Because even I was also like you people, isn't it? So it comes in everybody's life. So accept it. That's the best policy is accepting it, the change. Because life is a change. What is life better? Life teaches us how to adapt to a change. Environmentally and physically. Let's see, the last maturity is emotional maturity.
Emotional maturity. A person may feel insecure while trying to adjust to the changes in the body and mind.
What did I say just now? Remember?
Yes.
What did I say just now? Sometimes you feel like crying. Sometimes you feel like revolting. You get angered very fast. You start shouting. Am I right? Yeah?
Yes.
All this. And then sometimes you get
Yes.
frustrated. Sometimes you get irritated. For small things, you get irritated. You don't like many things, but then you have to adjust to it. You have to adapt to it. You have to have a control because we are the master of our body, isn't it? The body cannot have control over us. The mind cannot have control over us. We should control our body and mind. What do you say? We have to
Yes.
strong. We have to strong. So have control over your body and mind. The way you think, same way you become. So we are the master of our mind. Always think that way. So sometimes yes, you feel insecure. You do not know what is happening to your body, why your mind is behaving like that, why it is changing like that, why it is thinking automatically like that. So never get bullied by your mind. You are the master of your body. You are the master of your mind. Remember that. Okay. So try to control. I think this is again secondary sexual characters. I think uh, no need to go through it because we have already done it. Okay. Yeah. This is something extra you will have. It's sort of repetition, but there's something extra into it. The earlier slide was the secondary sexual status of boys and girls that we have already done. So I've removed it and have come to the hormones. Yes, better start.
Hormones, the changes which occur at adolescence and controlled by
Are
chemical
controlled.
substances. are controlled by chemical substances called hormones. Hormones are secretions from endocrine glands.
So we know that whatever change is happening in your body, because you are already in adolescence period, you are in puberty, that change is controlled or created by chemical substance which is known as hormones. And where do we get hormones, beta? In the blood. Remember that. From where we get hormones? From endocrine glands. From where we get? From endocrine glands, which releases it in the blood. Let's see now, one by one. Boys,
Boys, the testes begin to release male hormone or testosterone. These causes
testosterone. Read it again. You will not read
testo-
it wrong, but testosterone.
testosterone.
Very good.
This causes hair growth.
So you know what happens, why the hair growth is caused in boys? It is
Yes,
only due to the release of male hormone. And what is the name of male hormone, beta? Testosterone. Understood?
yes.
Now we come to girls.
Girls, the ovaries begin to produce the female hormone or estrogen which make the breast develop.
Breast.
Milk, breast. Milk secreting glands or mammary glands develop inside the breast.
Now you understood? This is some
Yes,
extra you got in the slide, right? We had talked about breast, but we did not talk about the mammary glands. So that is very, very important. So ovaries, similarly, the ovaries also produce female hormone. And what is the name of the female hormone, beta? Estrogen. Now, estrogen is the hormone which makes the breast develop. Remember that. And it is very essential when the baby is delivered because baby at least for 6 months survive on mother's milk. When you were very small, when you were newborn, you all survived on mammary glands, that is mother's milk. Is it clear? So that is very important for a female's body. So milk secreting glands or otherwise called as mammary glands is present inside the breast. Okay? And all its hormones, I think we have already done that. Pituitary gland is one of the endocrine gland which controls all the secretion of hormones. Now let's see the role of hormones in initiating reproductive function. How this uh, function or the sexual function happens due to the amount of hormones present in the body. Let's see one by one. Yes, better start.
there are many endocrine glands or ductless glands in the body.
Okay. Now ductless glands. Ductless means there's no pouch, there's no cavity as such. It's just a, you cannot make out that this is a gland. That is called as ductless glands. Okay. So there are many, several endocrine glands. So endocrine glands are actually ductless glands. They don't have any locality, they don't have any site, they don't have any cavity as such, where from where they are producing the hormones. Okay. Yes. Say.
The testes and ovaries secrete sex hormones. The sex hormones are under the control of hormones from the pituitary gland.
That's it. We know that the testes produces. Secret means produces. What is the other name of secret, beta? Produce. Secretion, production. So testes produce sex hormones, namely testosterone. Ovaries produce sex hormones, namely estrogen. We agree to it or not? Do we agree to it?
Yes.
And these sex hormones, namely testosterone and estrogen, they are controlled by another hormones which is released from the pituitary gland. And that's why pituitary gland is called as master gland of the body. Understood? So who is the boss? Pituitary gland, which is controlling this testosterone and estrogen in testes and ovaries respectively. Is better say.
The pituitary gland secretes many hormones, one of which makes ova mature in the ovaries and sperms form in the testes.
We know that the pituitary gland is producing lots of hormones, and out of that one hormone from pituitary gland I'm talking about, one hormone is responsible to make ova. Ova is plural. Ovum is one, and ova many. Mature. Production of ovum is not enough. It has to be matured, isn't it? And that maturity is attained by the production or the liberation of hormone secreted by pituitary gland. Same way, sperms get maturity in the testes. Mature sperms are formed in the testes by one of the hormones produced by pituitary gland. Understood, beta? Understood?
Yes.
Yes. So who is actually having a control? Testosterone is making sperms. Estrogen is making ovum. But it's of no use if they don't mature. So the maturity part is being controlled by the hormone secreted by pituitary gland. Do you understand now?
Yes.
Testosterone and estrogen are only meant for making of sperms and ovum. That's it. They're making sperms and ovum. But to make it mature, for it to be functional, pituitary gland comes into play. Okay? Understood or not? Don't get confused over here.
Yes.
So the puberty, when you are in puberty, why you got puberty? By hormones. The hormones is working in a body, so we got into puberty. Yes, start better.
The onset of puberty is controlled by hormones. Hormones from pituitary uh,
Stimulate.
stimulate testes and ovaries to release
Oh,
testosterone in male and estrogen in female.
so we know all these things. Do you want me to explain again?
No.
Girls, we can skip it because we just did it right now. The earlier slide was regarding the same thing. Okay. Now, where does it go? Say.
Released in the bloodstream and reach parts of the body target site.
So this testosterone and estrogen is released in the bloodstream, right? The hormones from the pituitary is released in the bloodstream, and then it goes to ovary and it goes to testes. Agree or not? Agree? Because
Yes,
it is
ma'am.
released in the blood. Remember, it is released in the blood, which goes in the sperm, not the sperm. It goes in the testes and it goes in the ovary, so that the sperms become mature and ovum also becomes mature. Okay, that's the function of the hormones released by the pituitary gland. What is the last one?
Stimulate changes in the body at onset of puberty.
Now it has already triggered. The hormone is already working in the body. Has it stopped all of a sudden? No, it is still working. In your body, it will keep on working till you reach 18. When you become 18 years old, it will keep on changing your body. Okay? That is the effect of the hormone. Yes, it depends upon the body how much hormone is released by the pituitary gland. That's the reason why we are different. Some are short, some are tall, some are thin, some are heavy body. Why that's the change? Because of the hormones. Now you understood? Don't have a control over that. The hormones is changing our body. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Yes, Bita.
Reproductive phase in humans. The capacity of reproduction
Pause.
starts at puberty. The capacity for reproduction starts at puberty.
Okay.
It
Yes.
lasts for a longer time in males than in females. In females, the capacity for reproduction starts at puberty and lasts for 40-50 years.
40 to 50 years. It is 40 to 50 years. Okay. TO2. Fine. Now
Okay.
let's see what are the phases and how for how many years it stays in humans, the reproductive phase, where they can multiply, where they can reproduce. As soon as you enter puberty, you have the capacity to reproduce. Do you understand now? Hello? Do you
Yes.
understand now? Because now eggs and sperms they are formed. Okay. In males, it is lifelong. Generally. Now again it depends upon the body. In females, the capacity to reproduce starts now that you are at puberty, say at 11 or 12 years old. The female can reproduce and it remains till either 40 years or 50 years. After that, she cannot reproduce. Hope you have understood now. So it is limited in female as compared to males. Are you getting my point or not? Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes? Fine. Now we come to menstruation. Now, menstruation is the feature so that a female can be sexually matured. She can uh, she can reproduce. Menstruation is the factor. Remember that. If a girl is not menstruating, she cannot be matured. Is it clear? She cannot reproduce. The girl who is menstruating can only reproduce. That you should understand. Okay, start.
Menstruation. In females, the ovary produces one egg every month, and the uterus
Yes.
prepares to receive the fertilized egg. Its wall becomes thick with blood vessels. If fertilization does not take place, then the uterus wall breaks and comes out of the as
Vagina.
blood vagina as blood and mucus.
And this is the menstruation. You understood now?
Yes.
Every month, the blood and mucus from the. Now, what is that? What is blood and mucus? That is the uterine wall. It is the wall of the uterus. Remember that. The thick wall of the uterus comes out. Every month it is happening because it is making the wall thick for the baby to attach to the wall. You understand now? Because whenever a lady becomes pregnant, the baby is attached to the uterine wall. I think I have already taught you in the last chapter. Remember? I've
Yes.
already taught you in the last chapter. Now it is not required. It is not required. So it removes. It is. I had told you that whatever things which is not required by the body is removed from the body. Didn't I say that? So the egg which is released by the ovary along with the uterine wall comes out of the vagina from the vagina as blood flow. Do you understand now? The egg is also removed and the uterine wall is also removed, which is not required by the body anymore. Okay? And that is called as menstruation. I hope the things become quite clear with you. Yes, beta?
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
feel shy. Don't feel shy. This is a part of our body. I appeal to all of you. This is a part of our body, beta. I have to teach the boys as well like this. Imagine. But this is, we have to understand our body. Then only you can be wonderful doctors. Isn't it? You want to become doctors or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, then we should understand our body nicely. There should be any misconception. There should not be any misunderstanding. That's why I'm going a bit into detail because sometimes I find that you have the knowledge but you don't have a right knowledge. Okay? If I'm wrong, then you let me know. So don't be any misconception, don't be in any sort of confusion, don't feel shy. You can ask me any type of question because this is important. All these things are very important. One should have a knowledge of one's body, isn't it? Okay, beta?
Yes.
Fine. So this cycle takes place once every month, and this is called as menstruation. I think I've explained it very in a detailed manner. I hope there should not be any confusion whatsoever among you people. Have you understood or not? What actually is menstruation? Have you understood?
Yes.
All of you? Only Delisa is saying yes. What
Yes.
about others? All of you have understood better?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Now let's start.
Yes.
Okay.
Robert.
So just 1 minute, huh? I will take 1 minute. Let me finish these two lines. Delisa, continue. The
The
beginning.
beginning of menstrual cycle is called menarche. When menstrual cycle stops at 40 to 50 years, it is called menopause.
Okay.
Menopause.
Now the period that you had started, the beginning of menstrual cycle when you people had started, that was called as menarche. What it was called, beta? Menarche.
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 When it starts, the puberty starts, when you starts menstruating. So that is called as menarche. And when it stops, when the cycle stops forever, it is called as menopause. You understood or not? Whereas in males, that's nothing like this. Only in females, the reproductive phase is from the menarche to menopause. Hope you have understood better. Okay?
Yes.
So it could be from 11 years to 40 years or 11 years to 50 years. It depends upon the genetic also. Fine, thank you. I hope you, well, I enjoyed giving you the lecture. I pray that even you understood it fully. Okay?